Hello, everyone. My name is Keely Denenberg. I'm Senior VP of Client Solutions at Orange Grove Consulting. I'm joined today by Dr. Kelly Watson, Managing Partner at Orange Grove. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Hi.
So, Kelly, we're going to talk today about our assessments and our approach when it comes to recommendations. So often we meet with clients who have done assessment work before and looked at current state. And a lot of what they get in their deliverable, sometimes it's a laundry list of a number of different things that they should be doing or could be doing to improve. And it's not prioritized and it's unclear where to start. Other times they get a score, like at a 4 point out of 5 points or 4 stars out of five, and they're left thinking, what are we supposed to do with this? What does that tell us in terms of moving forward? We have a different approach. And I would love to hear you talk about how we get to that approach. And that approach is really to prioritize recommendations that have the most impact based on what an organization is looking to do with the overall goals for the organization. So, can you tell us a little bit about how we come up with those recommendations that we believe are key for making the most impact?
Yeah, absolutely. So here's where data analytics is at its best and has the most potential for the entire field of human resources. So we use data analytics in our work, and specifically, let's walk through an example.
Okay.
So when we do our engagement surveys, for example, we ask a lot of questions that actually are aligned to validated scales from the literature. So scales for perceptions of senior leadership, communication, company support, these types of things. There's a belonging scale. And so we ask the questions that align to these scales. And then that gives us the ability to take these scales and run the regression against the overall outcome variable of, overall engagement, for example, in this case. And we're also able to, using those regression weights, prioritize which of the scales or which of these variables are the most important drivers for engagement in this organization. So you can see in the example that's on the screen, in this case, personal accomplishment and emotional exhaustion and belonging are kind of down at the bottom in terms of impact on overall engagement. Whereas communication perceptions of senior leadership, company support, the ones in dark green here, those are the higher impact variables. So this is super important because as exciting as it is that personal accomplishment at this fake organization that we've put up here has such great scores, it also has really low impact. So it's while on the one hand we can say, oh, that's great, on the other hand, it's not actually impacting overall engagement. Whereas perceptions of senior leadership, we're scoring really low in this particular case, and yet it's such a high impact. So now when we think about prioritizing, where are we going to focus our energy as an organization? We've got a real problem with perceptions of senior leadership. Maybe something happened, maybe there was a trust issue. Um, maybe there was, and I think in this particular fake organization, you could say maybe somebody had done something untrustworthy, and so there's a trust issue. That's something that we are going to want to prioritize at the top and get on before we start thinking about, for example, do people belong, or how are people feeling about belonging, or, individual manager skills, for example. So I think this allows us to then think about what interventions are we going to put in place, and then we can measure that particular intervention success based on, a further follow-up study that we can then, go back and test and see, are we getting an improvement in this particular area? So it just allows us to be very laser focused for the organization so that they can spend their time and energy doing the few things that it takes to make the biggest impact overall on the organization.
Yeah, and I also think I'd love to add in that we are looking at the strengths of an organization. And in that example, let's say that organization had the personal accomplishment, right, was huge. So how can that organization leverage that strength to impact the area that we're suggesting they focus on? That's another way that we're looking to give tailored recommendations that are specific that an organization can make to really move the needle. All right. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate your time. Check back to our YouTube channel for more short conversations like this.